In this review, the culture detective will be taking on the forbidden word challenge. The forbidden word of the day is tech. T-E-C-H. Tech. If he says this word, he will lose. O kawaii koto. What's up? It's a culture detective here investigating your favorite animes. And today I'm going to do my second review of the day because I'm sleep deprived, I'm tired, so I gotta make myself work even harder. So, second review of the day, let's go! Today I'm going to do an anime review that is Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 1. Or in Japanese, Kaguya-Sama wa kokura setai, Tensai tachi no renai no sen, which in English means Kaguya wants to make him confess the geniuses' war of love and minds. Yeah. Or in short, Kaguya-sama Renai no Sen. Kaguya-sama Love is War. This anime is released in 2019 and it is adapted from a manga written and illustrated by Akasaka Aka. And it is adapted by A1 Pictures, which is also the studios behind Fairy Tail, Sword Art Online, and Black Butler. And when this anime came out, the entire internet blew up. Oh, Chika! Oh, Kaguya! Oh, Miyuki! And the entire internet blew up. YouTube is filled to videos and clips from this anime. So, given the popularity, I watched it, and it's alright. Now, to be fair, rom-com is probably the last genre I would enjoy because A, comedy is not really my thing. I like my movies and TV shows dramatic as hell. B, romantic stories, I personally, I've enjoyed romance, of course, but not really the biggest thing that I ever like. However, given that I have an open mind, I gave this anime a chance, and it's actually pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's great or anything. Now, we have to talk about the OP first. The OP is Suzuki Mayasuke's Oh Love Me Mister, and it's groovy, it's awesome, it's charismatic, it's catchy, and the animation of the OP fits with the story really well, so I actually really enjoyed it. The ED is a little bit more basic, but I'll still let it slide, given that it's just a rom-com. The ED is not going to be this dramatic, crazy thing, right? It's just a rom-com, and it works, it fits, it's okay. And then we have the art style of this anime, which is pretty regular. Then we have the directing, and I actually really like this because even though this is only a rom-com where the same few characters are in the same room over and over again for 12 episodes, the very crazy and creative style of directing actually made this so much more entertaining than it would have been if someone else had directed it. Like, it's just so overly colorful and all over the place sometimes. It's actually admirable. Now we have the story itself. And this is really a rom-com. Yes, this really is a rom-com, which means that the same few characters are going to be in the same few locations again and again and again and again, and that's the entire season. This isn't the kind of story where the world expands and progresses and the story changes with twists and turns. No, it's a comedy, which means this entire anime is basically a bunch of skits, a compilation of skits. And every single episode has 3 skits. So this season of anime is like 30 skits together. And there are 12 episodes, but the last episode is basically one huge skit. So this season is more like 34 skits, or 33 actually. Yeah, Um, some episodes are not as memorable as others, meaning that the plot is just not as memorable. It's just not as funny. It's just not as funny. And some episodes are definitely funnier. And I think that's one of the biggest flaws is that it's not even all that consistent. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. It's always a hit or miss. The story doesn't progress. Usually in a linear storyline where all these stories kind of progress and connect towards one another, in a drama, even if the episode is more slow paced, if you're interested in the characters and the background, the setting, the backdrop, sorry, you would still be like, yep, you know what, I'm gonna go on. But in a comedy where it's just a bunch of skits put together, if one episode is super slow paced, then you might as well forget about it. And that's kind of the problem. However, still, the very crazy and fun art style and the very amazing voice acting of Kaguya-Sama Love is War kept it quite alive. So we have episode 1, which is the intro episode. Basically, we are introduced to all these characters. We have Shirogane Miyuki and Shinomiya Kaguya. They love each other, and they are the president of the student council and the vice president of the student council, respectively. They love each other, but they can't confess to one another, because whoever confesses first loses the game or loses the war. And then we have the secretary Fujiwara Chika, and we also have the treasurer, whose name is Ishigami, and they're the squad. They're the squad. And since Shinomiya Kaguya is such a rich girl, she herself has a personal maid working for her who is also in the same age as her, and she is Hayasaka Ai. So, anyways, that's the entire season. It's basically Miyuki and or Shirogane and Kaguya just, oh no, I love you. We love each other, but we can't confess with one another, and it's just the romantic tension. That's the whole season. That's the whole deal. On episode 1, there's this whole movie tickets thing where Chika was like, "Hey, I got 2 movie tickets," and they're like, "Oh, who's gonna ask out first? Who's gonna ask first?" And then we also have the lunch fight, which is not that memorable. On episode 2, we have the line contact. I actually really love how this anime incorporates elements of social media. I feel like social media, even though it's been around for like 10 years, social media has been a thing, has been popular for 10 years. I mean, it has been a thing for well over 10 years, but it has been popular for about 10 years. And still, a lot of the stories fail to include any of these in the story. And Kaguya actually includes it really well. We have the line thing, because Japanese people use line. This is their WhatsApp. In Hong Kong, everyone uses WhatsApp, and in USA, everyone uses iMessage. I don't know why. I only learned about this recently. So there's this line contact. Miyuki finally had a smartphone, and then Kaguya's like, "Ooh, I want to ask for his number, but I can't." And then Chika just asks, like nonchalantly, but Kaguya had to make a huge deal out of it. And then we have the whole relationship advice subplot, which I do not care for at all. Episode 3 is really memorable. First of all, we have the "Have you done it" skit, where Kaguya thought done it means kissing when it actually means something else, and it's a hilarious scene. We also have the Kaguya helps out a little child skit, which is very wholesome. The episode ends up with the iconic Chika dance, which is cute, very well animated, cute. It's awesome. And on episode 4, we have the cat ears, which is pretty funny. The highlight of the episode is actually Donda Yo, where they have to play this forbidden word game. And whoever says the word, like, everyone's going to be assigned a word, but you can't see it. It's stuck on your forehead. And if you've accidentally said the word, you'll lose the game. That's simple. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then the episode ends off with one of my favorite skits of the entire season, and that is the French skit, where even though Miyuki, he's the extremely well respected president of the student council, but he doesn't speak French, and apparently the rest of the entire school speaks French. So there's a bunch of French students who went into the school, and Miyuki is like, "Oh my god, I can't speak French." And then the principal sent this girl to speak to Miyuki, and this girl just insulted him, yelled at him, and Miyuki didn't understand any of that. So Miyuki's like, "Yep, we." And the principal was like, "Oh my god, he's unfazed." Uh, on episode 5, we have Chika teaches Miyuki volleyball because Miyuki actually doesn't know how to play volleyball like me. And then on episode 6, we have Ishigami being scared of Kaguya, thinking that she's a killer, which is pretty funny. And Kaguya also does her nails, trying to impress Miyuki. And yeah, it's not that memorable of an episode, not that bad as well. On episode 7, we have more Ishigami. Finally, more Ishigami. I know it's really weird. Maybe it's too hip for me to say this, but from the season so far, my favorite character is actually Ishigami. I know it's weird, but first of all, Ishigami has no social life. And when I saw that, I was like, "Yep, he's literally me. He's literally me." Aside from the fact that, he's a tech genius. God damn it! God damn it! And also, Ishigami isn't in any clubs. And back in school, I was in not film club. The film club doesn't exist. I was in drama club, and I was pretty good, but I didn't make a lot of friends. And because I'm in one of those artsy clubs, I wasn't that popular. And then all the boys in the volleyball team, they're popular, and they have a lot of girls around them. And yeah, I feel the pain. I feel Ishigami's pain. And on episode 7, Ishigami proposed that they should tax people who have girlfriends. Yes! 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 Do it, boy! And we also have the skit where Ishigami was like making fun of Chika because Kaguya plays archer, like bow shooting archer. And Ishigami was like, "Oh, since Chika has big boobs, if she plays the archery, it's not good because it's gonna get in the way of the bow." It's gonna get in the way of the bow and arrow, and when she shoots, it's gonna be like earthquake. And then Chika and Kaguya were listening the whole time, and then they're like, "You're dead." And then Chika made like a stack of paper and just slapped the hell out of Ishigami. That was a really cool scene. That was a cool ass scene. On episode 8, we have lying about studying. Another really, really relatable episode. I don't know why, but but secondary school animes are more relatable for me than like 13 Reasons Why or Euphoria. Lying about studying. Studying is a huge deal. A lot of people care about studying. And a lot of people lie about studying. "Oh, I haven't studied. Oh, just relax. Just take your mind off. Oh, I'm confident. It's going to be fine." And actually, everybody's freaking out. Actually, not exactly, though, because in real life, back in my school days, usually before and after an exam, everybody's going to be like, "I didn't study at all. Oh my goodness, I'm so anxious. I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. I didn't study at all. I'm going to fail. Oh my god, I'm going to fail. My parents will disown me." And then after the exam, they're going to get super high scores, and everybody's going to be like, "Yep, to be expected. Of course, they all lied about not studying. They all studied." Yeah, episode 9 is where Kaguya gets sick. Another really popular scene in the anime where Kaguya gets sick and she just pulls Miyuki onto her bed. On episode 10, we have the aftermath of that, which wasn't really all that memorable and kind of dragged on for a while. And then we have episodes 11 and 12, which are pretty interesting. The first skit of episode 11 is one of my favorites of the entire season as well, and it's a very simple one where Chika goes to eat ramen in the middle of the night. And but the entire skit is told in the perspective of the only other ramen customer in that restaurant. And that person, that guy, he's supposed to be a ramen connoisseur, he's supposed to be the most professional ramen expert. He orders the finest ramen dish. He orders the firm noodles and he adds the garlic and he sniffs the soup and he does different things and he's like, oh, I'm so good at eating ramen, I'm such a professional. And then he sees this little cute little girl, Chika, and she's also a professional, and the guy's like impressed, and it's truly one of the most memorable ones in the entire season. And then we have the rest of episode 11 and episode 12, which is basically one huge story where there's going to be fireworks. Kaguya wants to watch them with Miyuki, and of course Chika and Ishigami are going to stick along as well, except because Kaguya lives in a rich family and they're like, we need to protect Kaguya-Sama, we cannot let her out the house, but Kaguya wants to leave the house, but nobody lets her. So Kaguya's like, okay, I'm gonna sneak out. And it suddenly became really dramatic. Actually, before that, on episode 11, it was the summer break, and I don't know why or how, but this anime pulled off some in the mood for love type shit, where because Kaguya and Miyuki love each other and they really want to meet each other, but they never had the courage to, but they still want to meet each other accidentally, so they left their own places and just went to the school to see maybe they're there waiting, and they actually did that, but not at the same time. So the moment Kaguya left, Miyuki arrived, and they never met each other, even though they almost did. And it's like, why? And then we have, of course, we have episode 12, the fireworks one, and this one is like emotional. This one is straight up emotional, and it was also really great. I thought it would be jarring for the last episode of a rom-com to be overly dramatic, but no, it works and it's cool. Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 1, not bad at all. Sure, some episodes are a little bit more dragged and a little bit more boring than others, but I think overall it's really solid. The voice acting is great. The directing is really creative and fun, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Favorite episode is either episode 4 or 12 or 11. My least favorite is episode 10 probably, or episode 2 probably. I don't know. I am giving Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 1 a strong 7 out of 10. So, have you watched Kaguya-Sama Renaitsu no Sen? From 1 to 10, how much did you rate it? Like and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. I will watch Kaguya-Sama 2 and then Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1. Because they got a split course, right? No way are they going to adapt 2 huge arcs in 16 episodes. That's impossible.